What's up, pumpkin people? This week I'm going to be showing you a Hanna EC meter, how I fertilize my giant pumpkins, some basic fungicides that you should be using now. It's now June 12th and the squash vine borer is out and active. I'm going to show you how to protect those plants. Like and subscribe to our page. Here we go. Okay, walking over to our rain collection system. It's just a simple 5-gallon bucket coming off my gutter. I have my EC meter here. What is EC? So in basic terms, how I describe it is EC is electric conductivity. It measures how much salt is in your solution, or how much solids are in your solution that the plant can absorb. So let's just take a quick reading on this rainwater. It's very simple to use, so I just turn it on. I'm going to dip it in. Rainwater is 0.02. So that's about right. Usually it's 0.01 or sometimes even 0. But when you're fertilizing your plants, if you're doing a daily watering, you want somewhere from 0.5 to 1.5. If you want to go a little heavier, you can go up to 2 EC, but I wouldn't go anything over, like, say 2.3 or so. This Hanna meter also does your soil. So you stick this in your soil and it'll tell you what your EC is of your soil up in the first, say, 4 inches of the soil column. But let's go add some fertilizer to this. I'm going to show you how this works and what fertilizers I use. Stay tuned. All right, so we have our 5 gallons of rainwater. You have your Hanna EC meter. And this is just some basic products I like to use here. I'm just going to use this little stick as my pointer. But calcium nitrate, 1500. That's fast-acting calcium, or I should say nitrogen, to help your plant grow vigorously. We're going to add some fish emulsion there, and some Plant Marvel, 12-31-14, and some Companion Max, which is going to help grow your beneficial bacteria. So the beauty of measuring what you're putting in, say, into your mixture fertilizer is I can add all these together. I get a little bit of micronutrients, I can get my biologicals, I can get my nitrogen, get my phosphorus, my 12-31-14, all mixed into this 5-gallon bucket here without burning my plant, or help reduce risk burning my plant. So let's see here. I'm a little blurry. Let's see if I can. There we go. So 0.01. Let's just add some of these ingredients little by little. We're gonna stir it up with this stick here. Nothing fancy. And let's just get to it here. So it's gonna be a little tricky doing this one-handed, but I'm just gonna show you what happens here as we add things to our water here. So let's just eyeball it. Couple little splash, little dash of fish. Just give it a quick stir here. I'm just going to show you what happens. So I'll just mix it up. And I don't pH adjust my water. You're going to find some content on YouTube that people adjust their pH in the water. I don't, because I know my pH in my water on my well is about 7, and the rainwater is about basic 7. So I really don't pH adjust. So I'm just going to show what happened there. Look at that. See, 0.40. That's still very low. So like I was saying before, you want 0.5 to a 1.5 for daily watering. I'm shooting for about a 2 today. You really don't want to go much higher than that. You can really risk burning your plant. I wouldn't put anything over, I'd say 1.5 on your leaves without risk burning them. So now we have our fish now in our solution here. So 0.41. Now let's just add a little bit of Companion Max for our beneficials. This will help fight off those bad things, bacteria and such. Helps. So this is 0.201, so a little bit more nitrogen. Just a little splash. This is a very small batch, remind you. I mean, some of these guys are doing, you know, 50 to a, you know, let's make that sit and stay. Put the cap back on so I don't spill it and waste it. A lot of these guys are doing 50, 60 gallon, 100 gallon batches, but I only have one plant, so I can kind of get away with, you know, 20 gallons at a time or 5 gallons, just a quick drench at night after work. But I add a little bit of companion. Let's see where we're at now. 0.5. Yep, 0.5 right there. So we're getting up a little higher. You probably add a little bit more companion, but I want to add a little bit more calcium nitrate. I want to add a little bit of this bloom and flower food. Has a lot of beneficial things in here as well besides nitrogen, phosphorus. I wish you could see that. It focuses for me. It has iron, copper, and I think boron, manganese, zinc. It's got a lot of your micronutrients in there. So I like to add that in just because my plant's getting that. Let's just now add a little bit of this calcium nitrate. Sorry about the shakiness of the phone here. It's a little tricky one-handed. Forgot the tripod here today. So we're gonna sprinkle in a little calcium nitrate. And don't panic if you go over your EC, your desired EC. We can just add a little bit more water. That'll help dilute it. So, you know, if you go over, it's not a big deal. You can just add a little bit more water and it'll help dilute it. This is my first year using the EC meter. In years past, I never used it. I just followed the label and the instructions, but I wanted to really find out what I was feeding my plant. If I was overfeeding, I was underfeeding. And I think from what I'm seeing so far, I could have been overfeeding a little bit, to be honest. And see, we're at 1.5. We're almost there to our desired 2. 1.6. This is going really well. This is a really, really good solution with a lot of beneficial things here. You got your fish, companion. We're gonna get your calcium nitrate, and then we're gonna get a little bit of this plant marvel. This I gotta be a little bit careful here. I don't go over. I got about 0.5 left. A little sprinkle, Oh, that's a little. I think it was a little too much, but we're about to find out here. If I get just about in the 2 zone, I'll be okay. I can always add some water, like I said. Not a huge deal. But like I said, I'd be a little more careful if I had another hand, but just trying to show you guys what I do here. So it's over 4, which I knew that was probably gonna happen. A little heavy on the hand, but not a big deal. I'm just gonna water it down. I won't bore you guys with that, but I'm gonna show you after I get this adjusted where we're at for a final EC. I'm just gonna add some water. Let's see where we're at now. Nope. All right, let's go add some water and I'll show you. All right, I have to just water this down real quick. Not a big deal. 2.3. We're gonna let that go, and we're gonna fertilize our plant now. Let me just show you real quick some, like I was saying before in the beginning of this video, just some basic fungicides I use. See if I can grab them real quick. So we're getting into the humid months. We got to be alternating these every 7 to 10 days. I use Spectracide, multi-purpose fungicide. So this is a systemic fungicide. I've had really good luck with this actually. Goes up into the tissue of your plant. So you drench this into your plant. It goes up into your plant, all the stems, the leaves, the tendrils, and it helps protect your plant from various funguses here that could happen. And then I also use Daconil. This is a contact fungicide. So this is what you spray foliar or right on your leaves, and this helps prevent fungus as well. So I rotate these both every 7 to 10 days throughout the season. I did this week, I just started with the systemic fungicide, and then I'll keep rotating back and forth basically every 7 to 10 days. I've had a really good luck, knock on wood. I haven't had any fungus issues. But so yeah, that's that. So I made a quick batch of fertilizer. So I'm just gonna take this fertilizer, put it in my watering can so I just get under the leaf canopy, and I'll try to show you that as well. Let's take a quick walk over to our flower boxes. Just want to show you these before I head down to the pumpkin patch. Looking real good. I use that Plant Marvel fertilizer a lot on these. They seem to really like it. Looking good. Yeah, I just wanted to show you those. And I pick off these. I'm sure everyone else does too. Pick them off. And actually, if you look, when you pull those little flowers off and you look right in the middle, see that little dot right there? That's actually seeds. They're in there. So towards the end of the season, they'll get a little bigger. Kind of like that. You can see it right there. There's like these little black seeds that are in there. You can save them actually. You can replant them next year, dry them out. But just figured I'd share that little tip. But that's that's the flowers. So looking good. All right, let's head down the pumpkin patch. Let's fertilize that plant up. I'll show you the plant, what it looks like this week. Looking really good. Stay tuned. All right, this is the pumpkin plant this week. Looking pretty good. Have this pumpkin right there. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna open or not. Sometimes a plant will self-abort these before they even open, just because the plant's in growth mode right now. If it opens, I might pollinate it. It'd be out 10 feet. I would have like 12 secondary vines behind it if it took. But then the secondaries are starting to show everywhere. Take a look at that. Secondaries are starting to come out now. Starting to come out. So looking good here. Make sure you always walk on your board. So I'm shuffling around, and you hear me shuffling in the background of this video. I'm trying to stay on this board. And yeah, got a male flower opened up right there. First one or two of the season there. And notice I'm covering my main vine. Helps encourage a taproot to come out from the top. See if I can, there it is, right there. You can see it. So if you cover your plant, not your plant, but your vine, it'll create another root, and that root's coming up. And that's actually going down to the soil, help expand your root zone. And then take a look at the stump. I don't get worried about these. See a little split here? Just a little growth split. You gotta make sure it stays dry, but an old cot leaf here. You can safely take this off, just pinch it off. It's just a cot leaf. You don't need that anymore. Just inspect the underside. I don't see any bugs or anything. Looking good. So yeah, I'll clean that up a little bit. But looking good. Here's a look at the plant and leaves. Leaves are really big here. But it's starting to really stretch out. So doing all right. Let's get this fertilized up. I'd say by next week though, this plant's gonna really be running. These side vines are starting to really pop. And then try to use bamboo sticks or whatever stakes you can get, just to help train these vines down. And the battle every day, weeds. I know I'm slacking. I know all the comments will come out. I'm slacking on the weeding. I know I'm slacking on the weeding. I gotta take care of this. But Just look at that male flower right there. Looking all right. But we'll start burying these side vines real soon, probably the next 4 or 5 days. But she's growing pretty well. Can't complain. So let's get this fertilized up. Got our fertilizer solution. And then we're just gonna walk around and get those tap roots, get everything watered in under the plant. And this is a very light feed. I watered earlier this morning, so you don't got to do a lot. You want to make sure you get outside the root zone. But I do overhead water. So I basically drench like this once a day, and then I overhead water once a day to ensure we're getting everything watered. So I put on probably about 50 gallons a day, I would say, of water on the patch. You want to make sure you get everywhere, even away from that stump, because the roots are all out there. Just gonna continue on here. I'm gonna finish up and send you guys off until next week. All right, the plant's all watered in for the evening. Looks good. If you guys liked what you saw here today, definitely like and subscribe to that page. Let me know what you'd like to see next week here on the page. I really appreciate the support so far. Like, subscribe, comment. It really motivates me to keep bringing you guys content and showing you guys what I do, what it's gonna take to grow, say, 1,000-pound pumpkin out here this year. So like and subscribe to that page. Until next week, growing big. Until then, see ya.